Yeah.
Tick, 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 tick. Tick-tock candles pop.
Yeah.
1 minute to the moon or the block. Tick-tock candles pop.
Yeah.
1 minute to the moon on the block.
Yeah. Tick-tock, candles pop. 1 minute to the moon or the block. Buying every flow, all or nothing. Watch the chart while the whole room jumping. Laptop glow in the middle of the night. Ewa SD looking ready to fight. RSI low, MACD cross green. I'm hunting for the breakout, nobody seen. Coffee getting cold, but the pressure stay hot. Every little wick got me calling my shot. OTC Kings in the Telegram chat. Talking about signals, yo, copy that. Heartbeat sync with the candlestick dance. One wrong move and you blow that chance. But I study support like a map to go. Patience in the pocket, never reckless or bold. 5-second countdown, whole room froze. Profit hit quick, now the bankroll grows. Then the next trade hit like a punch to ribs. That's binary life, how the market lives.
What's up, guys? We are live. Welcome to Unlimited Freedom. This is Vaughan with Unlimited Freedom coming at you live, right? We do it live here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, coming at you on a Friday night. Now, we are going to crack into a little bit of sales and marketing sauce tonight, right? I'm going to give you, I actually pulled up a couple videos for you guys, but the one thing that I want to show you, it's pretty cool, right? It's like a kiosk that they set up in like busy subway station or a busy train station or something like that. And it's got a picture, right? Like of a bread loaf. And it says, feed the hungry. And you swipe your card and it breaks the bread loaf to like feed the hungry, right? Or it's got a picture of somebody with chains and shackles, right? And you swipe the card, boom, it breaks their chains, right? So you're giving to charity, but you're getting a visual, a visual representation of what you're doing in helping somebody else by swiping your card. So I thought we would start off with that. It's a positive note, right? A positive thing to start off with. Then we're going to get into comments. Then we're going to get into updates, right? And we got some updates tonight. Of course, there's more news coverage that has happened for BG Wealth. Okay, more news coverage for BG Wealth and craziness going on with E-Estate. Okay, craziness going on with the E-Estate situation. We're going to get into that as well. I am going to answer your questions. Let's go ahead and get started with this. This is cool. Take a look at this, and I think the video really explains itself. Let's take a look at this, okay? Swiping the card and setting people free. Boom. Isn't that cool? I thought that was awesome. Right? I thought that was really awesome. So yeah, you know, Matt Morris, great guy. Actually, I got a lot of, I wanted to mention this too, before we get into anything else. I know a lot of you guys have been hitting me up, asking me kind of what does the Unlimited Freedom Network have in the works right now? Well, I'm working right now on generating about $210,000 worth of capital. Okay, $210,000 worth of capital that can be used and utilized to grow an income dividend connected to the markets. 210,000, and I'm doing it for myself first, right, to make sure everything works out. And then once it does, right, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to show you how to get access to $210,000 worth of capital that you can use to make your self-capital. Keep 90% of it, guys. Okay, keep 90% of what you make without having to put in $200,000 of your own money. All right, so that's what I'm working on. It's a big deal, right? Big numbers, and we're still doing big things here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. We move forward, okay? A lot, stuff happens in life, and it's crazy how fast the train can crash, right? It's crazy how fast Super Mario can fall into the pit. Right? It's crazy how one thing can be just going like with a ton of momentum and then boom, it just hits a wall. All right, so let me get to some of your guys' questions. We got Max Babel in the house. What's up, Max Babel? Good evening, brother. Good evening to you too as well. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell because nobody else is bringing you the same kind of sauce that I'm bringing to you here at the Unlimited Freedom Network. And all I ask is that you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so the algo, right? The algo, bro, can go push the algorithm out to more people. Charisse is here. What's up, Charisse? Good to have you here. Moneta is here. Good day, everyone. Good to have you here as well. Gemma Measle. I already get my investment in e-estate. That's awesome. So, did you mean you got your whole investment back, or you're getting paid out? I would like to know. Larsky Styles is here. Good for you. Good for you. To Gemma, he says Larry is here. Florbin, I wish e-estate still works so I could get back my investment slowly. As far as I know, for the e-estate clients who are part of the e-estate, whatever you call it, the e-estate ecosystem, and you've got property, right? You've got, what you thought was property. I don't know what it really is, if it is or whatever, but you got an investment in there, right? And you're making crypto, you're making money. As far as I know, guys, they're still paying. I mean, I'm going on to the different websites, and I still see that looks like they're still planning to do their big meeting in the end of June or the midway through June. Looks like they're still planning that. Looks like they're still doubling down, right, on saying that everything is fine. E-estate is saying that they've got lawyers that are going to handle the situation with the cease and desist orders. Personally, I'm out. I got out of it before the cease and desist orders even started coming in. I don't want no part of that, guys. Right? I don't want no part of that because it's just when there's a lot of smoke, sometimes there really is a little bit of fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And e-estate is coming up with a lot of smoke right now. And look, I'm just not trying to use my influence and everything to bring a message out there that's not true. I don't know what it is or isn't. I don't care. I just know that right now, when the cease and desist orders start, your boy Vaughan is going to cease and desist, okay? Hey, I'm not trying to get into all that problems. But as far as I know, Florbin, you can still withdraw. I'm still hoping. Yeah, hopefully it still goes. You never know how long it's going to go. I remember back when we got a couple that had C&D orders. You had Novatech got a C&D order. Vortec United got a C&D order. Now, I think Novatech's first cease and desist order, they started getting them one after another, after another, after another. But this was back in, I believe it was 2022. They started getting cease and desist orders in, it was like September, around September. And then by November, so they lasted 2 more months. By November, they shut everything down and froze the withdrawals. Now, as far as I know, e-estate has not done that, right? As soon as they freeze the withdrawals, believe me, you'll be the first to know here at the Unlimited Freedom Network because I will let you know. But a lot of times what happens, and I'm not saying that e-estate's going to do this, I'm just saying a lot of times what happens is they come up with, we got hacked, or we had a data breach, or something happened, or we lost the money in the markets, or Bitcoin went down and we lost all the money, and they come up with a story, right, an exit story, and then they leave, right? But it's always first starts going slow pay. The pay gets slower and slower and slower and slower, drip, 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 until no pay at all. Axion says, now I understand the drama of government. They wanted to take action to those companies who growing slowly when they already know it's a big amount. They go in to try to access and ruin everything. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, look, here's what they say. They want you to go through their channels. And the problem with that is that their channels are rigged for the rich. Right? Their channels are rigged already for the super rich. So if you're not super rich, you can't even really get your feet off the ground. You can't even get your company off the ground, right? And so it's a double-edged sword, right? Governments come in and shut it down, and then what happens? It gets shut down, and then people lose money, right? So it's a double-edged sword. The C&Ds come in, people cease and desist, people lose money. It's a double-edged sword, right? Who knows how long e-estate could go, or who knows how long a crypto company could go if they were left alone by the regulators. But here's the thing that gives me pause. It's the dishonesty, guys. The problem I have is the dishonesty. And there's signs of dishonesty that I'm privy to and that have been happening. And you can't do that. You got to be straight with your people. You got to shoot straight. Let them know. You guys remember Bad Platform from a while back? It was called Bad Platform. They told you up front what they were. They told you that they were a crypto company, right? And they were, pooling together money. And as long as the money was coming in, they were going to do payouts. Some people were going to make money. Some people were going to lose money. Everybody knew that. The thing was called Bad Platform. That's what it was called. I have more respect for a company like Bad Platform, who tells you exactly what they're doing, than a company that is dishonest. Okay? And I'm going to let you guys decide for yourself. I'm going to show you what's going on, and then you guys can decide for yourself. That's what my thinking. That's good thinking, actually. On Faith Dianing, it's not the company problem, government, because they wanted to get the access of the people's money. They're not helping. They're just robbing. Well, there's a lot of truth to that, right? There's a lot of truth to that. There is, unfortunately, corruption in the government, right? But the truth is that we, the people in our respective countries, whether you're in Philippines, United States, wherever you live, the people, when the people rise up, the government has to obey, because the people outnumber, okay, the government, right? Okay, guys. So what we're going to do now, guys, is since we got into the comments, hey, if you guys feel like it, just drop a comment. I'm happy to read your guys' comments. I'm happy to talk about. Let's get into the BG Wealth thing. It's the latest,
a Utah crypto
news
investment investigation now includes a stunning new allegation. Regulators say it could be connected to forced labor scam compounds overseas. And here in Utah, the state has now ordered the company and its local promoters to stop. Matt Gephardt has...
See, the company and the promoters now. This is what's happening. The company and the promoters are getting ordered to stop, right? So this is a change. It's really a regulatory change where they're not just coming after the company, but they're coming after the people who promoted it, whether or not those promoters realized what was going on.
Been following the money trail.
Every single day since we broke this story last week, we continue to hear from desperate people from around the world.
Time to get a hair system, my brother. Time to get a hair system.
Who fear that their money is gone. Now, state regulators have filed this emergency order. It names BG Wealth and its owners, and it uses words like Ponzi, advanced fee fraud, and immediate harm. The new cease and desist order says that BG Wealth was not just risky. It alleges a large-scale international cryptocurrency multi-level marketing Ponzi and advanced fraudulent scheme targeting Utah residents.
You know what that looks like to me? That looks like a case. And mark my words, hear me. I told you, truly, I say to you, you do not ever want to see a paper that looks like that.
It says that investors were given fraudulent guarantees. It says that dashboards showed artificial numbers, fake profits. And when people tried to withdraw, the state says some were told to pay more money, a so-called tax or verification fee.
That's a common scam at the end. Once the company rug pulls, they want you to pay an extra fee to quote unquote get your money back. Then you pay the fee and they take that too, and you don't get your money back.
Just to unlock their account. Those who paid those fees still did not get their money, the state says.
You can see it, you just can't touch it.
Last week, we spoke to victims who talked about the sales pitch. A big event in Sandy, giveaways, dinner, dancing, a ribbon cutting at a West Jordan office, and people who believed they were investing in crypto.
You can see they got money. I mean, this company had millions. I mean, I hear that this company had like millions upon millions upon millions. Even bigger, right, than what E-Estate is doing. I don't think E-Estate is going to have enough time to really get into those. Yeah, I mean, they've got tens of millions already, but to get into like the $100 million, 100, 200 million, $1 billion, Novatech got up to $1 billion. I don't think that E-Estate, I mean, just guys, it's always the same. When the cease and desist orders start, that's the beginning of the end. Maybe this one's different, right? I mean, if I get proved wrong, I won't be mad about it, right? But guys, I've been around this camp for a while, right? I've been working on this barn for a while here. I've been working on this barnyard.
You felt like you were part of something big. I mean, why would you not?
Now the Utah Commerce Department is warning about something even darker. In this online post where you can see BG Wealth is named specifically, Utah regulators state that global scams are often run through scam centers overseas, where people may be trafficked, held against their will, and forced to conduct fraud. Regulators say engaging with scammers does not just risk your wallet, it may fuel a violent criminal industry. The KSL investigators have tried diligently to...
That's what they start saying when they want to come and get your ass. Okay, that's what they said in the Bush administration. They said that if you purchase drugs like marijuana or cocaine or whatever, you're supporting terrorism, right? You're supporting terrorism. And what happened? A lot of low-level drug people got huge, big prison sentences. So when they're starting to say, hey, you're not just participating in an online investment scam, you're participating in human trafficking, right? And forced labor and all this stuff. Why? Why do you think, right? They're preparing for the crackdown.
To reach BG Wealth Sharing and its local organizer, this man, Richard Shea. We have not heard back, but Shea did respond to the state after being slapped with the emergency cease and desist. By email, he writes that without admitting wrongdoing, the referenced activity has been discontinued.
Well, that's all you can do, right? If they order you a cease and desist order, you got to cease and desist. And it looks like he's complying with the order. The problem is, in complying with that order, BG Wealth people are going to lose their investment, and then those people are going to want some sort of retribution. So it's like, dude, I obeyed your order, but now you're coming after me because the people lost their investment, but they lost their investment because I obeyed your order.
And that he and his wife intend to comply moving forward.
The investigation remains ongoing.
State Division of Securities Director Robert Cummings says the violations they are alleging could be punishable as a third-degree felony. Is this
a guy that looks like that has no problem locking somebody's ass up for life? That is what a guy looks like who has no problem throwing somebody in the hole.
kind of thing where people do go to jail?
When we look at referring a case, we look at the number of victims, the amount of money stolen, and the overall harm to society.
Is anybody going to get any money back?
I can't say what's going to happen in the future. I can say that the feds, when they initially started this investigation, they did seize a lot of money and freeze assets.
So they seized the money, they froze the assets, but probably the people are not going to get that money back, right? They're going to keep that money, and they're going to start, he's talking about referring this to a DA for criminal prosecution.
And we'll be trying to recoup money from the bad actors and getting restitution to the victims, if at all possible.
If you have put money into BG Wealth, the advice is stop sending money. Do not pay to unlock your account. Do not pay anybody who says they can help you get your money back, and report it now to the Utah Division of Securities as well as the FBI. I've got links on how to do that on KSLTV.com.
All right, so there's your BG Wealth crap for the day, right? I want to get into this because this just broke this morning, and I know a lot of people haven't had a chance to see it yet. So this is the new craziness at E-Estate, and this is crazy. Let's take a look.
All right, guys, it's early here, super early where I'm at, but I wanted to bring this to you. It's just come to my attention. I want to go over everything with you, and I think that you're just going to have to make your own decision about this. This is, I've got a lot of thoughts. I just read the article, and I've got some preliminary thoughts of, just questions that I have in my head about this. And this is about Mike Hamilton, right, being basically outed as somebody else, or, it's always been suspected, right, by some people that Mike Hamilton was a paid actor.
So it's looking like Mike Hamilton might actually be a paid actor, and we're going to look at the evidence, right? You guys can come up to your own conclusion on it. I don't know if E-Estate is going to respond to this or what's going to happen, but let's look at the evidence.
Didn't really have any reason to suspect that, but it's funny how these things happen slowly and then they happen all at once, right? I left E-Estate maybe 2-3 weeks ago now, and that was before any of the cease and desist orders rolled out or anything like that. Things were coming to my attention that did not sit right with me, and I just moved on, right, to do other things. I moved on to focus on my trading and other things like that. And it's funny that like a week or so after I left, boom, they get hit with a cease and desist from Texas, and now this thing about Mike Hamilton. We're going to be, you got to give credit where credit is due. This guy Oz is he somehow gets these stories, right? And he somehow figures out these things about people that is like kind of amazing to me, right? How he's always on top of it. I don't know if he ever sleeps or what, but or if he's got a team of people working for him or what. But you guys know about my relationship with Oz. I don't know him. He doesn't know me personally, but I do like to read his stuff, right? And I don't agree with everything, right? He, I think, characterizes people strongly, right? Because he's trying to get his point across, of like people just being straight up scumbags and criminals. And that's not always the case. I mean, I think about the photo that he shared with supposedly Mike Hamilton at the E-Estate event in January. And if you look at the faces of those people in those pictures, those aren't criminals, bro. Right? Those are not criminals. Those are people who got into something thinking they had found something really special, and they were super happy to meet him. And, so what's happening is sad, right? It's sad. Okay. And that's my take on it. Everybody's got their opinion, right? That's my opinion on it. I'm going to have to put my glasses on to share this with you guys, but I want to go ahead and share the screen, and we're going to look at a couple of things here. Okay. All right. Screen is being shared. All right. So here's a quick clip of what one of these things that he found about this Mike Wilson, supposedly Mike Wilson guy.
So I'm sitting there trying to buy some wine for a dinner party.
So apparently this guy is like a somebody who goes between the United States and Ukraine. Okay. And he's got a lot. This Mike Wilson character that he's playing here has a backstory about being a CIA agent and a Marine. And then we know that this guy is playing Mike Hamilton for E-Estate, and God knows whatever else he's involved in. He plays like a cowboy at one of his at this cowboy restaurant. I mean, just watch.
I'm going to, and I don't know what to get. And the ladies didn't know how to speak English, but they were all so willing to help me, And even the coffee kiosk lady, she runs over and she's trying to help me, and we figured it out. And it was just really pleasant, and everybody was just really fun and enjoyable and courteous, kind. And that was really the difference. I don't really like to bring up.
I mean, that's definitely the guy.
I knew there was a huge difference between Ukrainians and Russians, just in character. This is a soulful. Ukrainians are more of a kind people, and Russians are more brutish.
So there he is. I mean, he spent a lot of time in Ukraine, and he's married to a Ukrainian woman. This is Mike Wilson. Let's look at the article, okay?
I was kind of dragging on the video because I just got out of bed. It's like I woke up and saw this and immediately turned on my camera.
This takes Mike Hamilton outed as U.S. National Mike Wilson. This just came out this morning. And I wanted to show you some of the video in case it gets taken down, right? I mean, this could quickly get taken down once certain people realize this is out. At this point, we're dealing with some real dishonesty, guys. And it's like, why would you lie about who you are?
Boom. That's my problem. The dishonesty, the lying. right? That takes it a bridge too far for me.
Why would you lie about your name? And I'm sure they'll have some reason that they come up with for it. But this is just more of kind of what I think is E-Estate beginning to collapse, unfortunately, right? You know, and it's never fun when stuff like this happens. But we got to go over it, okay? Alongside shadowy figures with fake identities and Eastern European accents, E-Estate presents Mike Hamilton as a co-founder of the company. Here it is. Behind MLM has exclusively revealed that Mike Hamilton is Mike Wilson, according to Oz, a California-born U.S. resident now believed to be living in Florida. Wilson moved from the U.S. to Ukraine around 2019. This is the connection between promotion in the U.S. and the Eastern European scammers running E-Estate. So other than being the face of E-Estate promotion in the U.S. under a fictitious identity, who is Mike Wilson? He's the founder of Andeste Blue, a company he founded with Ben Miller. Okay, now here's where it gets weird. Okay, he goes on to talk about like a passive income project that this guy Mike was involved in Ukraine, right? And then look at the corporate bio, which this guy now he claims in this other website, Andeste Blue, the passive income website in Ukraine. This Mike claims that he was a salesman, a businessman, and a Marine Corps. He was in the Marine Corps. He talks more about how he knows how to shoot, and now he made a saloon, right? A saloon. I mean, it's just crazy stuff. A saloon in Ukraine. It's just crazy, man. Talking about he drew the attention of the CIA, talking about he was involved in the CIA.
He wasn't involved in no damn CIA, right? He ain't no damn Marine. Come on. This guy, I think this guy is just, you know, if he's anything, he's an actor, right? He's an actor. Or maybe his name is Mike Wilson Hamilton or Mike Hamilton Wilson and something, he dropped the last name or something like that. Maybe that's what they'll come back and say. I don't know, right? I'm just reporting what is being said here. And, you know, and it's because the community deserves to know. Everybody deserves to know and then make your own decision about what you think.
I mean, sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me, man. I mean, it sounds like this guy, he's acting, right? I mean, people have accused him of acting as Mike Hamilton. This sounds like he was acting as a CIA guy. Because what the hell would a Marine veteran and a CIA guy be doing going out and claiming that they have this Eli property thing? And, you know, it's too much, man. It's too much bullshit. For me, right? For my bullshit meter, it's way too much, you know? And it's like, who is this guy, right? Wilson claims his efforts to train Ukrainian military drew attention to the CIA. I mean, you guys can read this if you want, right? I'm going to have the link to this. I'll put the link to this in the description of the video, okay?
So he said he was training people how to shoot.
Article, you can click the link there. If you're more of a visual person, right, you got this storytelling session right here. And this is a video, you know, episode 9. It's never too late. It's a Ukrainian video.
That's changed. Now, that changed in 2023.
Here's some information on this.
Investors' money coming in. Now, when foreign bank money comes into Ukraine, you have to consider that banks aren't stupid and they're not throwing their money away.
Because it's not really their money, right?
Well, it's not just their money. It's not their money. But again, banks think differently than human beings.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's run by men and women, you know, but still, they think completely. Banks think differently. Little sidetrack here. You think about global warming, right? The term global warming, right?
I wonder how much money this guy's got, you know, and if it is if the whole thing, you know, look, I know that I always get heat from both sides when I do these things. You know, the MLM people are like, screw you, Vaughan, you know, you're an unbeliever. You're putting fear out there. And then the Ponzi people are like, you're a scammer, Vaughan, you're a piece of crap, you're a criminal. It's like, dude, nobody likes me when I do these things. But
that's true.
It's crazy, man. What's this guy talking about? The bank. I wonder how much money this guy's got. And if they did hire him, I wonder how much they paid him.
Right.
Or if he knows them up there, like these people up there, this Brandon Stevenson, whoever these people are, right? What else do we want to talk about on here? There's a lot here. This talks about his saloon, right, that he had in Ukraine. So I guess Oz is buying some of this bullshit. I mean, dude, do you really think he was a Marine Corps veteran?
Doubt it.
You know, I don't know, man. I think it just sounds like more bullshit to me, man. But whatever, you know, maybe he was. I don't know. You know, this is the article. Here's him posing for a picture. Here's Oz. This dude here, Mike Wilson. Listen, Mike Wilson is now living his cowboy crime fantasy. You're wrong, bro. As the face of E-Estate, a MLM crypto Ponzi, bro. He's talking that stuff, man. All right.
The guy's got away with words.
And then this is him. Actually posted a video this morning, June 5th, about how E-Estate is still not fully understood. What do you guys think about this, right? I mean, what do you think? It's interesting, huh? I mean, is his name really Mike Wilson, right? What is his name? Who is this guy, right?
Exactly.
You know? Now, this is what I was talking about. This, to me, is sad. Like, this is not the face of a scammer. This is not the face of a scammer. This is not the face of a scammer. To me, okay, these
are the people who took pictures with Mike during the E-Estate event, and they're not scammers. They're, you know, they thought that this was awesome and that he was Mike Hamilton and that E-Estate was above board and everything was good, and they're super excited, guys. They're not. These guys are not like criminals, and that's where me and Oz differ, is that I don't, you know, he thinks everybody is like, has the worst intentions, right? And they're just evil, intentionally evil people. I don't agree with that.
Like people who are really excited and happy to meet this guy. I mean, I was there at the event. They were really excited to be part of E-Estate. Everybody was excited about it, thought that we had, you know, latched on to something, finally, something that was really good, something that was connected to a real business. And now all of this starts to come out. Okay. Then they're talking about the June 13th event. You know, whether or not that goes ahead, we don't know. You know, I mean, so far, they have kind of been like just going along. I mean, I will say that, let me stop the share. Okay, I will say that E-Estate's team has been saying that, hey, they're fight these orders legally. I don't know what they're going to say about this new thing about Mike. I don't know. We'll see. They're probably going to come up with something. They seem to always come up with something, right? So now they're saying, okay, well, you know, we don't really have to cease and desist until 30 days. And that's just in the state of Texas. Guys, I've heard this song and dance before, and I've never seen a crypto company survive.
It always starts with one state, or it starts with one country, or it starts with one, you know, government. And I've never seen it. After this cease and desist orders start coming in, I've never seen a company go on to succeed after that.
This type of regulatory scrutiny, right? When you get a straight up you start getting cease and desist orders. That means they're intending to follow up if you don't comply, right, with their cease and desist orders. Now, I don't want nothing to do with that. Okay, and you know, and the thing is, sometimes Oz puts these exposés out about people, and
okay, so that's pretty much it, right, on the EST. You guys can go back and watch the whole video if you want to. I just talked a little bit more about Oz in the Behind MLM publication there, but you guys can go back and check that out if you want. So that's what's, you know, that's the latest thing. I mean, seriously, what do you guys think about that, right? Let me know. Let me know what you think about this whole thing of you know, this guy being maybe a different guy, or maybe he's an actor, or maybe he's a Marine, or maybe he's a CIA agent, and they've got him in this other. They got him caught on video using a different name, right? Talking about a different company, right? And so what I mean, what is the, I mean, I think that the Occam's razor answer, right? The easiest answer is usually the one that's right? The easiest logical step to get to is usually the one that's right. This is exactly what I thought, Florbin. Crazy when I heard this. This is crazy, right? But Occam's razor is that the guy's an actor. I mean, I think that's the most likely thing, is the guy's probably an actor. And so there we go. There you have it. BG Wealth update. In the news, people are going, get seriously coming after them. Governments are seriously coming after them. The state regulator in Utah, that guy looks like he's ready to burn somebody at the stake. Okay, and and not only that, we got the information now. This new story about Mike from E-Estate just came right after the Texas cease and desist order. It seems like these things start to happen all at once, right? Everything's going fine, and then all at once you get a sonic boom, and things just start to, the tables just start to turn over, the cards start to fall down, the dominoes, whatever you want to call it. And so that's what's going on. But in the mix, behind it all, your buddy Vaughan here at the Unlimited Freedom Network has got some opportunities that we're going to be moving to, some opportunities that are going to be just so above board, right? So, not open to these type of attacks, right? We're talking about platforms that you can fund with PayPal. Okay, we're talking about platforms that you can fund using your credit card or your debit card, right? Or crypto, right? We're talking about people who have gone through, business people, right? Who have already started and already launched multiple businesses, so they already know about all the compliance stuff, right? Looking forward to a new update. Absolutely, you're going to get it soon, right? We got some great stuff. I told you, man, this stuff. I mean, what would you say if I said that you could have access soon to thousands and thousands of dollars? I mean, it's hard to believe, but it's true, right? And that's what I'm vetting out right now. I'm working on the companies. I'm vetting out the processes because I want to set you guys up for success. Okay, so just hang in there. We're going to be coming out with that soon. We're going to be back on here Sunday night. I have no idea what's going to happen between now and Sunday night. It seems like stuff has been happening every single day with the news, with the companies, with the regulatory stuff. So, but we'll be back on here Sunday night. Actually, you know what? No, we won't. Okay, no, we won't. Let me make the disclaimer now. We're not going to be back on until Wednesday. Okay, because Sunday night, I got something else going on with my family, so I'm not going to be able to make it. But stay tuned to the Unlimited Freedom Network because I will be dropping videos, and we'll see you guys soon. You guys take care. If you need anything, just reach out. And hey, this is Vaughan, your buddy Vaughan, signing out here at the Unlimited Freedom Network, and we'll see you guys later. Take care.
Yeah.
Tick, 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 tick. Tick-tock candles pop.
Yeah.
1 minute to the moon or the block. Tick-tock candles pop.
Yeah.
1 minute to the moon or the block.
Yeah. Tick-tock, candles pop. 1 minute to the moon or the block. Buying every flow, all or nothing. Watch the chart while the whole room jumping. Laptop glow in the middle of the night. Ewa SD looking ready to fight. RSI low, MACD cross green. I'm hunting for the breakout, nobody seen. Coffee getting cold, but the pressure stay hot. Every little wick got me calling my shot. OTC Kings in the Telegram chat, talking about signals, yo, copy that. Heartbeat sync with the candlestick dance. One wrong move and you blow that chance. But I study support like a map to go. Patience in the pocket, never reckless or bold. 5-second countdown, whole room froze. Profit hit quick, now the bankroll grows. And the next trade hit like a punch to ribs. That's binary life, how the market lives.